Now, this next one you're definitely going to not like because you may think, hey, I'm coming from a biased point of view given that I do have my own coaching and I do have my own course and I do have my own mentorship. But the reality is most people have this perception that education is bad and university is bad and all the courses are bad and mentorships are bad, etc., etc. But the truth is, it is the courses and these mentorships that got me to the point that I am in today. Ever felt like there are so many things out there designed to keep you poor? Well, you're right. There are tons of them. Some of them are doing it consciously and some of them are doing subconsciously. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about the 5 big ones that you may not have thought of that are literally doing whatever they can to just keep you in the exact same spot that you're in right now and prevent you from ever achieving your financial dreams and actually living the life that you want to live. Now, let's talk about the first one and probably the most difficult one to talk about, and that is your parents. And I'm not just talking about your parents, I'm talking about my parents, I'm talking about everybody's parents. And I'm not asking about their intent. I am sure your parents, just like mine, want you to be successful, want you to do well. They want you to make as much money as possible and just have a happy life. However, what I am questioning is their expertise. Because I don't know about your parents, but if they were over 40 years old, for example, mine are, my mum has been a hotel maid pretty much for 15, 20 years of her life. My dad, on the other hand, my stepdad, has been a carpenter pretty much all his life. With all due respect, what the hell do they know about making money in today's day and age? The way you make money back 20, 30 years ago is very, very different than the way you achieve financial freedom today. Now, just to drive this point a little bit further, for the longest time ever, my parents always used to tell me, you have to get a good education, you have to get good grades, you have to get a university degree. So, like a good son that tried to do whatever he can to please my parents, that's exactly what I did. I tried to go to school, completely failed at that, but I did scrape myself to go into a university. I spent there 3 years getting a degree in business management that I still haven't used, and I spent thousands of pounds on actually paying for that education that I'm paying back every single month, even to this day. And what did I get out of it? Absolutely nothing. At the end of the 3 years, I got my nice piece of paper that made my parents happy, and I still ended up in the exact same job, which was a recruitment consultant job, that I could have landed with no education whatsoever. So literally, I spent 3 years educating myself on something that could provide me no value, whereas instead what I should have done is worked somebody for free, like a small business owner, and tried to get as much experience as possible. I would have been so much further ahead with no university degree whatsoever. Now, the next thing they told me is to get on the property ladder. And I'm sure if you're in the UK, you must have heard this. You have to buy a property. You have to make sure to get on the property ladder as quickly as possible. You can't be renting and paying somebody else's mortgage. So, once again, being a good son that I am, or at least try to be, that's exactly what I tried to do. And I bought myself my first place, I think in 2018, for £265,000. It was a 1-bedroom apartment here in the UK. And 7 years later, that property has gone down in value. Matter of fact, I tried to sell it very recently and it went down. I was basically valued at 210,000. So imagine that. For 7 years, also including inflation, I lost £55,000 of value in that property. Now, what I should have done instead is just rented, and that money that I put for a deposit, I should have invested in stocks and shares or cryptocurrencies or equities or any sort of other asset that would actually bring me money each and every single month. But no, apparently property was the place to go, so that's exactly what I did, and it's one of my biggest regrets. And last but not least, when I started my own business, my very first business was an Amazon FBA business where essentially I buy products from China, bring them over to the UK, and then sell them on Amazon. And I kid you not, the amount of conversations I've had with my mum trying to discourage me from starting that business because guess what? I've never ran a business before. I've got no idea what I'm doing. I'm most likely going to fail because most of businesses do fail within the very first 3 years. They try to do whatever they possibly could to prevent me from starting something of my own, and that I should just focus on my career, focus on my job, and try to do whatever I can to get myself a promotion. Once again, the intent was there, but was the advice any good? Not really. So when it comes to listening to your parents, just ask yourself, what qualifications do they have when it comes to making money? Do you want to have the life that they want to have? Because if you don't, if you want to have a little bit more, if you want to do something better, are they really qualified to give you that advice? Now, for this next one, have you ever heard the saying, show me your 5 friends and I'll show you your future? That is so true. If I had to ask you, can you show me your 5 best friends? I would be able to tell you exactly what your future, what your next 5 years are going to be like. Meaning, Choosing who you surround yourself with, choosing who you're having conversations every single day matters so much, because there are two types of people out there, believe it or not. There are people who are essentially energy boosters, people who encourage you, people who support you, people who want the best for you. And even if they don't agree with something that you're doing, they will do whatever they can to help you in your pursuit of your dreams. And then there are people that I call energy vampires. Those are the ones that are going to be discouraging you. Those are the ones that are going to try to distract you as much as possible. Those are the ones that are not going to understand why you're working so hard. Why don't you just go to a pub? Why don't you just go to a bar? Why don't you just have some fun? Maybe go see a movie and something like that. And no matter how much you tell them that, hey, I'm trying to do something special here. I'm trying to accomplish something that, a lot of people will fail at. They don't understand. They don't believe in you. They don't think you are capable of doing so. And they should stop being weird and just join them, in what they want to do that weekend. So next time you're hanging out with your friends, pay very close attention as to what exactly are you discussing. Is it a gossip? Sally did this, Alex did this cheated on this person, this broke up with this person. How can you believe this person did this, etc., etc.? Are you just gossiping and talking about other people in a positive or a negative light? Something that provides no value to you whatsoever. Number two, are you discussing events? So are you talking about what happened in football, basketball, rugby, politics, just news in general, like entertainment news with the latest movie and all this nonsense? Again, something that might be interesting and fun to talk about, but does that provide any value to you? Or is it number three, ideas? So for example, are you talking about this business? Are you talking about why is this company right now doing so well? What is the market telling you? Do you talk about exactly why is this business getting so many customers whilst this business is failing? Is it something that we can take away, for example, to implement in our businesses? Like, are there productive conversations are happening about the world around you that you can potentially benefit from and take advantage of? Those are the conversations that you want to be a part of. Those are the circles that you want to be a part of, where you discuss and you exchange ideas as to what you can do to just further ahead in life. Because trust me, one conversation with one right person can literally change the trajectory of your life and make all the difference for the next few years. Now, the next thing we need to talk about, and this is quite a difficult one to say, but I have to say it anyway, and the thing that's holding you back right now, it's you. The reality is, most people out there that I speak to, and hopefully that's not you, but most people out there want to get paid as soon as possible. Here's the truth, guys. When I started my very first business in Amazon FBA, I did not pay myself a salary. I did not pay myself a penny for 2.5 years. Can you imagine how difficult it was for me? Basically seeing your business grow, seeing the number in my business bank account increase time and time again, to the point where I had over £100,000 liquid in my business bank account and not seeing a penny. Just for 2.5 years, I was literally rinse and repeating cash, buying products from China, bringing them over to the UK, selling them online, and then using the profits and the cash to do the same thing again and again and again. All of this whilst I was still driving a 1.2 litre Ford Fiesta that happened to be red and was embarrassing to be looked into. And also I was still having a 9-to-5 job, a recruitment job that I hated for the next 2.5 years. It was only when COVID happened and when I got fired from my job that I was just like, okay, it makes sense for me to start taking a salary out and not look for a job, because even if I do take some money out of the business, it doesn't really impact the future trajectory because the profits were so much higher than what I was prepared to take out. And even when I did start taking money out of my business, it was only £2,000 per month just to cover my basic expenses. So my lifestyle didn't change for years, even after starting my company. And here's the reality. Most people cannot do this. Most people want to get paid from day one when they haven't proven anything, when they don't even have that many skills. The amount of emails and DMs and messages that I get every single day from people that want to work with me, but are always insisting on getting paid as much as they possibly can. And I'm asking them, okay, well, how much experience have you got? Have you got any testimonials? Can you show me some proof of your work? And the reality is, either their work is not that great and they have got no testimonials, no reputation at all to back what they're talking about. So be prepared in the very beginning to, I hate to say it, just dig through shit. Dig deep and try and get as much expertise, as many skills as possible. And when you do start making money, don't be stupid and start spending on your next watch or your next holiday because somebody on social media says you have to. Now, this next one you're definitely going to not like because you may think, hey, I'm coming from a biased point of view given that I do have my own coaching and I do have my own course and I do have my own mentorship. But the reality is most people have this perception that education is bad and university is bad and all the courses are bad and mentorships are bad, etc., etc. But the truth is, it is the courses and these mentorships that got me to the point that I am in today. Like, one of the reasons why I started an Amazon FBA business was because I bought myself an Amazon FBA course. It was £500 and it was full of useful information. And I thought to myself, what if I don't take action right now? This money is completely wasted. Ironically speaking, the courses that I spent, such as the Amazon FBA course, the course on psychology of money, going to Alex Hormozi's event in Vegas, and various other seminars and mentorships that I have been through, those have given me such a much better return on investment that university ever had. And we are told that university is the place that we all have to go to spend 3 years of our lives to get the education that we're not going to use, whereas all of this opinions and all of this perception of courses, mentorships, coaching is so bad when it can actually be life-changing. So just to drive this point clear, education is good for you. Matter of fact, education is probably going to give you the best ROI you will ever have. It will do better than any investment into a crypto, an altcoin, into an equity or a house or something like that. It will give you the best possible ROI out there because you're going to get the skills that you need in order to be successful that nobody can take away from you. But the reality is you just have to make sure to do your research on who the person is first that you're buying the course from. You have to figure out exactly, are they about it? Do they do what they say they do? How can you see testimonials from these people? Can you see case studies that they have, helped people just like yourself? So make sure not to discount the courses, the coaching, the mentorships, the masterminds, and all these sort of things because they do have a lot of value to provide. You just have to make sure to do your due diligence, do your own research because it's true. There are tons of scammers out there who will just take your money and give you the most basic information that you could have found from a YouTube video and run away and never give you the refund. But then there are other people who do potentially have the knowledge and the power to completely change your life. And the last but not least is actually a funny one to talk about, and that is to avoid the fake flexing as much as possible. Now, I understand in the world of social media, we get caught up in, looking at people driving their supercars, looking at people having their watches, looking at people having their nice apartments, penthouses, and all that sort of stuff. People like Andrew Tate and various others have proposed that belief that, hey, if you are going to make it, you have to flex on people, you have to show that you are successful, and this is one way of showing to everybody that you are a successful person, you have achieved your dreams. But the reality is this, these things don't really make you happy. I have now made decent amount of money, but I still don't have a Rolex. I'm quite proud of the fact that I have a Fitbit. I am proud of the fact that I don't have any fancy clothes and I'm still perfectly fine shopping at regular shops like Primark and John Lewis and various others just to get my clothing, because guess what? I'm not here to impress other people. I am here to live life on my own means. And when you realize that, hey, you don't have to flex on others with all of these things that don't really intrinsically make you happy, you will realize and you will start to think, okay, what will make me happy? Like in my, for example, situation, I want to travel as much as possible. I want to experience what the world has to offer. I want to see different continents because I've been stuck in Europe all my life. I want to see what Asia is about. I want to see what America is about. I want to actually travel to Africa as well because the world is so big and it would be a shame for me not to see it. And I want to do it as soon as possible because by the time you reach 40s, 50s, and 60s, the experience is no longer the same. Now, do you get that sort of impression on social media? No. What social media will tell you is that, hey, you need to buy this Rolex, you need to buy this car, you need to show off in front of your friends because that's what's going to make you feel fulfilled and happy. But ask yourself, is that really what you want? Because the truth is, if you start doing whatever you can to act as rich as possible, there's a good chance you'll end up being broke very, very quickly doing so. And ask yourself this, if you do make the money that you want to make, if you do end up reaching 10, 20, 50, 100K per month and you end up buying all these nice things that you always dreamed of, and now all these new people are coming out the woodwork to speak with you, to hang out with you and so on, are those really the people that you want to be hanging out with because you very well know that the only reason they're talking to you is because of all these things that you now have and all of the potential value that they can extract out of you? Because I don't know about you, but if people don't really want to talk to you when you're at the bottom, you shouldn't really care about them when you're at the top.